track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. And it's time for a track review, my thoughts, my opinions on a brand new song and single. Maybe you've seen this this name in the news, a new young hot cat in the game weighing in at over 2,000 pounds. Big boy. The name is Perseverance. Perseverance is apparently the 5th rover that the U.S. has sent to Mars, and I guess over the course of this mission, we have gotten in return the first audio recordings of the surface of Mars. Now, of course, what does any new artist do when they're coming out with their first recording? We scroll down here. You drop it on SoundCloud. Let's read a little description of this track before we get into it. First audio recording of Sounds of Mars. Things are sounding really good here. Okay, well, I don't know. That's a little hard knowing your opinion of this track as the artist before I get into it. You think it's really good. That might set me up for some grand expectations here. My advice in the future, if your track is good, and you're getting it in the face of people, you're getting it in the face of somebody, just let the track speak for itself. You don't have to, hype it up too much before anybody actually listens to it. But still, things are sounding really good here. Listen to the first sounds of wind captured by my SuperCam microphone. This mic is located at the top of my mast for this recording. My mast was still down, so the sound is a bit muffled. Okay. So that's almost mitigating my expectations a little bit here because, look, Production 101, like proper mic placement, if you're not going to get the proper mic placement going for your voice, for your guitar, for your drums, whatever it may be, best practice is really to just do a re-recording. Don't put it out. If you've got the mic, you've got the equipment, you have the know-how, just take the extra few minutes it's going to take to just do the takeover again, just try one more. With digital recording these days, it's not like you're wasting tape by recording this stuff. Just erase it, boom, bam, bam, balam, and just do it over again. It's not a big deal. So again, things sounding really good here. Simultaneously, mast is down, sound is a bit muffled. I'm a little split. Am I going to be hearing something good? Am I going to be hearing something subpar in terms of the, audio recording here? Am I being sold on some kind of like ultra hipster lo-fi type of experience? I don't know, but let's just give this track a listen and see what it has to offer. Before I get into that, let me give a shout out to our sponsor here, the good people over at The Ridge. They make these awesome, nifty, sleek, sexy, metal-plated wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up that link down below. Use promo code MELON. Get 10% off your order. That's all you got to do. All right, here we go. First audio recording of Sounds on Mars. Looks like it's 20 seconds. A little short for a debut, but I will sort of chalk it up to shyness maybe. Maybe the rover wants to keep us guessing. Looking at the waveform here, looks relatively, dynamic. Looks like there wasn't too much compression used or anything like that. We have a climactic midpoint and things sort of like, coast out toward the end in a very low-key fashion. A bit of an intro there to build up. Let's just give this thing a try and see what it's got going for it. Perseverance was not lying on this one. The recording does sound a little bit muffled, but still, you can hear that huge, gigantic, just intergalactic, windy rush in the midst of this recording that is quite heavy, very powerful. Didn't quite see it going there, even looking at the waveform. I mean, it started off so low-key and droney and dusty at the first leg over there. I mean, for a field recording, this thing is dusty. This is a dusty field recording. Listening to this, I feel like I'm choking on sand. I feel like I'm choking on I feel like I just have dust and sand caught in the back of my throat listening to this thing. There was a bit of a tone setter there. Then that rush, it was really heavy. It would have been nice to maybe have a couple more of those in the recording just to get more of a sense of things, though maybe that would be wasted on this very muffled recording, hoping that we get something clearer in the future and just a longer length to get a real show of the power of that sound, of the barrenness and the desolation of the landscape that this rover must be just existing on right now. I will also say there were a few other noticeable clicks and glitches in the recording that weren't necessarily pleasurable to the ear. I don't know if those were there originally and could have just been taken out with maybe some noise filters or something like that, or if the rover got a little overzealous in the process of getting this recording together and decided to do a little on-the-fly glitch remix. You know, when you are doing a field recording, it's my recommendation and it's my point of view, unless you're going to be kind of making this clear to your audience in your, MO or, your electronic press kit or something, that you're going to be altering the recording, it's best to just kind of like let the field recording be what it's going to be and just let it accurately represent what it's supposed to be representing, what you've captured. And, by that token, between the glitch and between the muffled, recording that's going on here because the mast, I guess, was down or something, I feel like the transportive nature of what we're hearing here could have been a lot better. I feel like I'm hearing a representation of something, but over the course of listening to this, I don't feel like I've quite, sort of like teleported there. I didn't sort of like find myself in that place mentally or emotionally. And I guess as an added critique, the third verse on the very back end of the song, there was a moment at which the word time in was rhymed with diamond, and I thought that was kind of a weak bar. But yeah, overall for what this is, I think what we are hearing is pretty decent. Keep in mind, this is a first audio recording of sounds on Mars, and from what I understand, it's not like previous Mars rovers had really had it in them to be able to, drop a single like this, and I'm glad that the technology has sort of advanced to the point where, Perseverance has been able to, sort of like jump into the SoundCloud game here and just, try its hand, claw thing, whatever it is, at seeing what kind of waves it can create on the platform. And honestly, like 387K on a first recording is not bad. That is not bad at all. And just as an added preview over here, I guess because Perseverance just like got such positive feedback on the first track, we also have first acoustic recording of laser shots on Mars. Let's hear exactly how that's going. Okay. Wow. Not quite as much atmosphere on that one. Not as much like thick, dense, smoky flavor on that one. Not quite as much dust. I didn't really get a sense of place at all on that one. But I will say there was a tempo to it. There was a tempo to it. The click, 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 click. There was definitely a groove to it that you could, kind of bob to, which was a pretty huge change of pace from the last one, which felt more like an ambient field recording, as I was saying. This to me is not super complex or anything like that, but it's certainly like the beginning of maybe an IDM piece or some kind of like meditative trance anthem. I don't know. It's certainly with that tempo the start of something, and it's not a slow tempo either. It's a bit of a body rocker that yeah, it's not a bad recording. This one feels a little more crisp and clean. I don't know if the the microphone was out and the mast was up for this one, but you really hear those lasers firing off. You hear those clicks. With a lot of treble. They're very clear. They're coming through HD. So, maybe in the future, some kind of fusion of these, a crossover of some sort or some kind of a place to find common ground with these two sounds and styles, because I could very much imagine, something with this tempo complementing that field recording that we heard on the last track, and almost like becoming an aha moment. Yeah, those are my takes. Those are my thoughts on these first two tracks that we've heard from the Perseverance rover. I will try to keep my ear to the ground as to when others drop. And I hope you guys have some ideas and opinions of your own. Drop those down in the comments. And let me know if you think this MF's spittin'. Over here next to my head, it's another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Mars, Rover, live forever.